Hello and welcome to Zuha Radio Show. You may be tuned in from all sorts of different places. So, Assalamu alaikum, Namaste, Namaskar, Sasriyakal, Hola, Bonjour, and I think it's Konnichiwa. I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong. And so, Kaifa hal, which means how are you doing in Arabic? What's new in your life? What are you guys up to? Let me know. Comment below. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, today you are definitely in for a treat because this is the interview that I've done with the content head of Bollywood Hungama. His name is Mr. Faridoon Shahryar. He's known for all sorts of interviews he's done with Indian celebrities, but a very interesting side to him is his musical side. So you're going to learn a lot about him today on my show. So here's presenting you part 1 of that interview. Alright, so I was watching a lot of your interviews, ones that you have done and ones that where, someone is interviewing you. So उसमें एक लाइन आपने कही थी कि आपके अब्बू की एक लाइन है which is इब्तिदा जो भी हो अंजाम हर एक का ही है जिंदा रहने की हवस और Okay, and it was from, Professor Akhlaq Muhammad Shahryar, your father, very well known. So मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ कि how did your ibtida happen? How did you begin and become the person that you are today?
When I was doing my course in journalism and from Time School of Journalism in Delhi,
Yes.
That was in 97, 98 in fact, and the first visitor that we had, Arundhati Roy, the famous writer, the novelist in fact of God of Small Things, she came and gave lecture to us, and once the lecture was over, I asked her that had you planned this way, because she's an actress as well. She just looked at me and winked, and she said that yes, I had planned every second of my life. And then she said that I had not planned anything, things just happened.
Right.
So I think I've always remembered that things just tend to happen actually. Even my mother, she was a professor in English, so somewhere my inclination towards English came from her.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so I started writing poetry very early when I was 8 or 9 or something like that. And,
wow, 8 or 9.
I had inclination for that. Yeah, and I was singing with it when I was like in my 4th standard. I won my first prize.
Aww.
And I was in school choir and all that stuff that way. And it just kept on happening. And I opted for arts. I opted for English honors.
Nice.
And I enjoyed every single minute of during my graduation because I was doing what I loved doing.
Yeah, and that's how it should be actually.
Exactly. I was writing, I was participating in competitions, I started doing Hindustani classical riyaz. I started writing letters for newspapers like Times of India. When I was like 18, 19, I was getting published in US and UK, and the entire idea of just sending a poem for a magazine and seeing it getting published.
Yeah.
Maybe a letter, like writing a letter in a newspaper and that getting published.
Yeah, actually being appreciated, right?
Yeah, that was great fun, and I wanted to take up music seriously after that, but my father told me that you should do a course in journalism because you have inclination in that. My parents never forced anything. They always let us decide what we wanted to do.
Wow.
That was, I think, a huge advantage. And I did this course in journalism, but at the same time I was into music, I was composing. But still, my heart lay in music. When I came to Mumbai with a demo of a few of the songs, and I thought that things will happen fast, like I'm having something really unique, but it doesn't work like that. Mumbai is a reality check.
Right.
And I'd come here for 2 weeks, and then I realized that it takes much more than that, so I stayed back. And it's been like 13 years for me in Mumbai now.
Yeah.
And it was a tough life, but I tried to stick to it as much as possible. And FM radio happened at that point of time. I started doing lots of jingles for radio and television.
Oh, yeah.
But as a musician, I was not enjoying myself. I started writing for newspapers once again and freelancing and all that stuff. Then a website offered me that why don't you join us? I joined them.
Bollywood
And then
Hungama.
another website, the current website where I'm working right now, Hungama.com, they asked me, I did good for them, why don't you join us as the head of video section. And it's been a great journey.
Yeah, it's really good to know that you're actually starting to do stuff that you're really passionate about. But something that I always wonder is what is it that keeps on attracting you towards music? Why the passion so, much towards it?
Music has been something which has been like a very important part of my life.
Okay.
Whenever I'm sad, I have a song for it. Whenever I'm happy, I have a song for it.
So you feel like it's undefinable and it's just supposed to be an unconditional sort of passion?
It has to be unconditional. If you just keep on just thinking that what people want, what the market want, what the audience want, then you stop being a I think artists are very.
Yeah, you lose yourself within that.
Absolutely. You ideally should do what you believe in strongly.
Right.
If it makes a difference in someone's life, obviously they would like to listen to it.
Yeah, alright, well that's great. I heard in one of your recent interviews you said coming back to music was more of a passion for you, and then you released this beautiful song, Wo Andheri Raat Ki Chhap Thi, and others. So one person asked me, what does chop mean? So I said, you know what, I'm going to leave it to the singer to explain it to you. So if you could explain a few of those lyrics from that song.
Wo Andheri Raat Ki Chhap Thi, basically it's a nasty. Chhap is basically ahat.
Okay.
That someone is coming.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Basically, kisi ka aana or something like that.
Yeah.
Wo Andheri Raat Ki Chhap Thi, that in the sense that the night that was tiptoeing its way into the surrounding or something like that. Once you have the twilight, the sun is setting, and how gradually the sun, the night just sneaks in. It's not a sudden process, it's like a gradual process.
Right.
Chhap is basically that, yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. It was actually wonderful to listen to your songs. You actually have a beautiful voice. I think you should continue making more albums and songs if you can.
Thank you. We're hoping to do that. We have a few more, in fact.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, there's someone named Athar Rafiq from Amsterdam, and he's tweeted in a question for you, and he's asked, are there any plans of singing in movies?
Someone else asked me that as well. Someone mailed me and asked me that. See, I'm open to almost anything. If something comes in, I'm absolutely open to it. So never say never. Let's see.
Yeah. Alright, so my next question for you is, if you had the opportunity to do a duet with any Bollywood or Hollywood singer, who would it be and why?
Wow, no, I've never really thought about it. I would love to do it with Shreya Ghoshal. I think she's
I love her.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I have really not thought about it as of now at all. But I would love to do that.
Okay, so that's one in Bollywood. Do you have any particular Hollywood favorite singer?
I like Justin Bieber a lot.
Oh, are you serious? Really?
No, I'm serious about it. But I think he's a fabulous, performer. Basically, he sings from the heart, and that is something which connects in fact. So I think he's a great, voice, in fact, a great performer as well.
Yeah. What I really like about him is the fact, just the way he behaves with his fan is very nice, and he's very down to earth. So that's something I appreciate about him.
Yeah, I'm sure, and I don't know. I like his voice texture very much, and the way he just, when you just get totally absorbed into the singing part of it, because these days you have so much of technology that you can do so much to your voice, but you can't replace emotions. Actually, you can have as many technical support as possible, but you can't replace the emotion if you don't have the emotion. So I find that emotion in his singing, which I find very interesting.
Great, I'm glad you really like him. It seems like I have a caller with me on the show right now, so... Hello, welcome to ZuhaKhan's radio show.
Hi.
Can I please have your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ibtisam and I'm calling from Toronto, Canada.
Alrighty, sounds great. So Mr. Faridoon Shahryar is with me online on ZuhaKhan's radio show. So what are your questions for him today?
First of all, hi Faridoon.
Hi, Ibtisam, how are you?
Good. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Ibti Love Salman on Twitter.
He says he remembers you very well, actually.
Oh, that's great because I am a huge fan of Faridoon and I enjoy watching his interviews.
Great.
And I have a couple of questions. I hope you don't mind, Faridoon.
Sure.
What is your typical day like? I mean, apart from interviewing celebrities and Bollywood Hungama, what is your normal day like?
See, my normal day like on the weekdays is that I get up very early in the morning because my daughter has to go to school at around 6:15 in the morning.
Okay.
So we get up very early, like say around 6 o'clock or something, and
Nice.
Okay.
and once she goes, my wife goes to her college by around say 7:30 or something. So then I'm busy with that. I make her breakfast, and once she's gone after that, I just get on to Bollywood Hungama and I'm on my computer and start setting up updations for the day. For the site and making calls, maybe reading newspapers, going to the gym after that.
Okay.
And then it depends, like whether I have to go to the office, I go to the office, or if I have to go for an interview directly, I go for an interview directly. And that's how it is. I prefer not going late nights at all.
Okay.
That's about it. That's how my day is like.
Okay.
Alright, nice.
And finally, as a Salman Khan fan, are you going to interview him anytime soon?
Ibtisam, who was that? Who was that?
Salman Khan.
Salman Khan.
Yeah, I would love to actually. We had a close interaction with Salman, and I had asked quite a few questions. In the near future, I don't know, because generally Salman and all the big stars, they give interviews only when their movies are up for release.
Oh,
As of now,
yeah.
I don't think Salman has any movie up for release, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Well,
But I'd love
if
to actually. I
there's
would love to any
anything
day.
on the
It's
pipeline,
a
please
great-
let us know, and so that I can send him a special message.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, well, thank you so much for your call, Tasam. It was lovely speaking to you.
Thank you so much, Zuha, and it was a pleasure speaking to you, Faridoon.
Thank you, Islam.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for part 1 of this interview. Definitely stay tuned for part 2 of Mr. Faridoon Shahryar's interview on Zuha Khan's radio show, because that will all be about his interviews with celebrities, what's it like for him to be chatting with some of the very well-known names of Bollywood. Is he ever nervous? Is he excited? All of that stuff. So definitely stay tuned on Zuha Khan's radio show.